Hi, I'm Kylie and welcome to this week's episode of Money, 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 where we cut out the jargon and talk about all things financial. Welcome to this episode of Money, Money, Money. We're often asked at the local loan company by our clients, how do I budget? How do I do money management? So with me today, I've got my fellow director, Susan Lapidi, and Sue's going to talk to us about the financial education courses. So Sue, why would I do a financial education course?
First of all, hello everyone, and thanks for having
welcome,
me.
Sue.
Thanks for having me here, Kylie. Look, back in the days when I went to school, probably when you went to school as well, we used to have school banking once a week. They used to come in next to the tuck shop and you'd have to sit there and work out how much of your actual money you were going to put into school banking for savings, and then the rest of it would be yours to spend at lunchtime or recess time or at the tuck shop. If you didn't do it, there was a bit of pressure. You know, you sort of felt like you were the odd one out. So
you felt always left out, didn't
that's
you?
right. So you always felt like you had to do this banking, which was a forced savings.
Yep.
And I suppose it set some really good standards for when you got older. So you continued those sort of ideals on into adulthood. They've stopped school banking now. Well, although there are some schools that are bringing it back, but
It's coming back. It's making a comeback.
it is definitely
Yeah.
making a comeback, you're right. But they did stop it. And I think that when they stopped that, a lot of people forgot about the idea of saving.
Yeah.
And in today's society where everything's about instant gratification and everyone wants everything right now, the idea of actually having to put some money away and save is sort of foreign.
It is a bit foreign, and I think as well, kids don't see their parents any longer taking the money physically, going into the bank, putting it into the passbook, saying, we need a new TV, let's check if we've got the money. You
No.
don't see that anymore. So for kids, it's almost like magic.
Yeah,
The plastic fantastic is
That
magic.
tap, as I say, yes.
Yeah, the tap,
Yes.
tap, tap. It was just a bit of a shame because it was great
It
to
was.
learn and to watch your passport growing and then deciding when I get to this amount I can go and spend it. So
Yes.
the art of saving, I think, to some extent is lost.
Definitely. And I think it's making a comeback though.
Yeah.
And that's why there are so many financial education courses now that are sort of making their way out there in the big wide world for everyone to be able to access. It's not a bad thing. I think it's a good thing.
So how do you find a good course? Because when I Googled it before we started today, there are thousands.
Oh, definitely. There are so many. I think a good financial education course is one where you're empowered, right, to actually make the decisions yourself. Not a course where they...
Or to learn how to make the decisions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of courses out there where they actually take control of everything. Rather than you actually taking control of your own finances, they'll take your bills and they'll pay them for you on a regular basis. And it costs money, obviously, for them to do this, but they do it all for you. And I think at the end, even though you may get everything in order and you've sort of got a bit of a savings plan in place, they're not actually showing you how to do it. They're not actually making you accountable for...
Well, you haven't really learnt anything.
No.
Your finances are back in order, someone else has done it,
Yes.
but hey, I don't want to pay you any more to do it for me.
And they stop.
Oops,
That's
back
it.
in the same problem.
Yeah, that's right. And you need to constantly practice doing the saving or the paying of the bills as a regular thing, like, you know, weight training or going to a gym or playing a new musical instrument. If you don't practice, and it becomes like a routine, you actually don't do it.
So in
forget
effect, you're
to.
looking for a good course with a coach.
Yes.
A bit like getting a new musical instrument like a guitar, but you need a guitar teacher to help you learn. Practice, and with the help of both of those things, suddenly you can play a song.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. And, you know, there's people out there that think that and there are a lot of people that do understand, have a great knowledge around finance and financial planning and savings and budgeting. But again, sometimes they don't have the inclination, getting caught on my words now, the inclination or the discipline to actually implement the knowledge that they have, and a financial coach can help them do that.
Yeah, it's actually perfect, I think, a coach for that. So within the courses, we look at one of the things, budgeting.
Budgeting, yes. I actually like to call it a money planner.
Yeah, it's a pet hate. But
It is,
budgeting to me, money planner to Sue.
Well, budgeting sounds so restrictive. It's like, oh no, what am I going to have to go without? I can't.
That's true.
You know, like, oh, I really like that dress, or I really want that new car, but I can't get it because, you know, I'm on
not on your budget.
I'm on a budget,
Yeah.
so how do I do that? Whereas money planning sounds so much better, or money planner, you actually get to plan where you're going to spend your money. And I think that's a much better thing.
Yeah, absolutely. At the local financial group, we have a financial education course that we're passionate about. What will I learn in that course, Sue?
Okay, so our course runs for about 6 weeks, and in that course you will learn how to pay yourself first, how to live within your means.
Very, very important.
Yes, because most of us don't, let's be honest. And how to automate.
Direct debit?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely direct debit. So basically it's around making sure that all your bills go out on time, are paid without you having to think about them. So taking away the money stress that we all experience. And lastly, we also teach you about a safety net. So in case something happens, so that you don't fall into a big black hole, we like to put a bit of a safety net in place. So with that, we might look at insurances, for example. We might look at
A savings buffer?
Yes, an emergency buffer.
Yeah.
Putting an emergency buffer into place. So, you know, for some people, insurances might be out of the question because they're too expensive, but they would, or more importantly, not that they're too expensive, that they would rather just have some money in the bank and self-insure. So we set up an emergency buffer so that if they're out of work or if they're sick, then they can use their own funds to help them.
It's a bit
to
of
make
peace of
payments.
mind,
Yes.
really, isn't it, for them?
It's all about taking out the stress.
Yeah, exactly.
No
Now,
hassles.
can I be too old or too young to do a financial education course?
I don't think you can be either, actually. I think you're never too young or too old to learn something new. Now, as I said at the beginning, when I went to school, we used to have school banking, right? And we were taught how to save by going in and putting money into our bank account, right? There's a lot of different ways of doing it now. So
Sure.
even myself, having done the course and become a coach around the financial education, I've actually learned how to do things differently. There's always something new to learn. And I
Yeah.
just think that if you can learn something and you become more empowered, that it's a great thing.
Yep. And it's all about empowerment and passion for your future. You want to make sure that you're going to be looked after no matter what circumstances arise. So
That's
great
right.
idea to start any time that you're ready. We'd love to hear from you at the local loan company, and we'll join you next time on Money, Money, Money. Thanks for watching Money, Money, Money. If you liked this video, hit the red subscribe button. If you'd like to know more information, you can follow us on Facebook or go to our website, linked in the information box below.